by the way, to those people, such as even Rachel in Housing Commission, to those people that want to carry on, so part two from the document, because there's one document here to do with that brain injury. Okay? This is George Jacobs' handwritten document to the US government. They've got the original. And it tells them about my brain injury. To whom it may concern, I've got my glasses. All right. To whom it may concern, I have been seeing Mr. Fleming for 7 years. Following an assault, he experienced a brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder. He has been able to deal with the issues in therapy. There is no something of substance. Oh, there is no of anything of something of no history of substance abuse. There is no history of substance abuse. There is no history of harmful behavior. He possesses no risk to the community or others. Now, this was accurate. I've just had criminals deliberately harass me since 2015. This was given to the US government because I was a permanent resident of the US since 2014. Instead, I've had Housing Commission and Aboriginals harass me. By the way, they know about the brain injury. You see, I studied design and I did work in it, even if it was just, I put it down as work experience. Here is the property, deeds and so forth that I owned in the US. I have just lost everything now because of Aboriginals. Little cunt Brett Aikenhead, you're going to let the bastard get away with it, please? Here is my Medibank Solutions where we had to go back and forth with accurate information to do with the mugging. They had all the details. Okay, and then since 2015, you guys accused me of using drugs. Okay, can you tell me when that was? So you said I used illicit drugs. Okay, and you gathered that information from breaking surveillance laws? And what was it? Did you see the video footage of the film where we used my place as the set for that film called Kelly that Jeremy Patterson wrote? Because these are props. Okay. The same as the injectable medication that I have, which my doctors know about the injectable medication. They're migraine injectables and injections in my back and so forth. None of these are illicit drugs. See, you can look into someone's life and you can be like, he's using what? What are you assuming by looking? You know what is in a syringe? Do you know that a lot of people living with health conditions and injuries actually do have injectable medication? Like if you've suffered quite a lot of, and you need to have, there's so many forms of injectable medication of different types that people have. Actually, I've got to use this one soon. So Justin's what? Justin uses crystal meth. Are you fucking insane? I've had brain damage. I wouldn't touch it. Uses G? Are you fucking insane? Are you insane? A date rape drug that Brett Aikenhead made me a cup of tea. That little fucking abo cunt and when he was already trying to cut, this is weird. The whole situation was weird because I don't know why he was still my partner at the time, Giovanni Consalvo, and Brett was bum chump the 19th of December 2015. I kicked Giovanni out and him and Brett are chatting about me and he sends Brett into my place. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? My partner and the guy that was my free prostitute. My partner, Gio, and the free prostitute, do a little abo. He grabs my phone. He goes, I'm messaging Gio to tell him. I was like, all right. So he messages Gio from my phone. I wish I never let people ever use my phone now. I learnt my lesson because my phone's not one of my phones until the iPhone 7 Plus did I ever have a password. None. Ever. Stupid me. Then went into the kitchen, made me a cup of tea. I tell you what, if he makes tea really badly, maybe, it could be that because, the abos, they used to use like You know, like gum nuts or something. See? You know, I dig the dirt for grubs. So it was so bitter. It was like licking a battery acid. Like it was like literally. You know when you lick a battery. Like literally, because it's stupid, man. Like how I am when I drink tea or coffee. It's like quick skulls. Like oh my god. It was like this. I was like, Brett, what did you put in that? Like it was really bad. Anyway, I said, I said, get out. I said, what are you doing now? I said, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go meditate. Then I was like, do you know where Justin meditate? Yeah, he meditates over at Watson's Bay. I wouldn't be surprised if Brett Aikenhead didn't drug me because he's a junkie, heavily involved in G. He's a nurse. They should never ever be allowed to work again. His father's name's Wayne Aikenhead. His brother is a deadbeat little cunt's name's Shane Aikenhead. And Brett Aiken, the whole family just dirty little abos. I don't know him. I met him in April 2015. I brought my dog off him. Paid $2,000 for a dog. That's it. Like end of story. This is a cash. Here's $2,000. You've got a product. I brought it from you. I now own that product. End of story. It's my dog. I paid $2,000 for a dog. Okay. Then all the other surgeries and so forth afterwards. Now, this guy, okay, is heavily involved in crystal meth and G and all this crap. All right. So's his friend, Peter Fry, who he got harassed me as well. Brett Aikenhead's friend, Peter Fry, who he got harass me as well. So there's the fact. So I don't know, with that. But this guy was really trying to discredit me. This little fucking prick. I can't stand the fucking cunt. But I was already a permanent resident of America before I ever met this guy. I came back from America in 2015. I was a permanent resident, okay, of the US. Okay, since 2014. I started the immigration 15 years ago. 15 years ago I started immigration, and because of all the trouble that's been caused by Australia's government organisations, other types of social and support workers, mental health workers, people that got involved with bullshit lies. The beginning of this, so around, was it Tuesday? Was Tuesday the 3rd of March? It's around about the 3rd of March. I've just lost my permanent residence status that I've held since 2014. Now, I would never get that back again. So there's a legal case right there because I lost it and I feel that's discrimination. I honestly feel that's discrimination because I've held it and it was out of my... I should not have gone in by myself. I should have actually found a solicitor to help. That's what I should have done. I should have found a solicitor to help negotiate me being out of the country and get the US government to understand. So, I should have had someone help with that. But anyway, it's at this stage, there's no way to appeal it. I must be the only person that ever loses their permanent residence status. I've never known that happening ever to anyone. I mean, people, you hear it in America. It's like when I lived in America, they're like, "Oh, no one ever leaves." People have got permanent residence status in America, and they're in jail, and they don't lose it. I lost it because of what these people here in Australia did. Housing Commission, ABOs, all of the shit that's been put into my life since 2015. So not only did you guys prevent me from my studies, okay, not only was there those issues that you caused, okay, not only was there the return to work that you stopped me going back to, not only did you cause, so there's studies, living home environment. I mean, how much more damage are you guys going to cause? Studies, living home environment, return to work, completely undoing all the recovery and maintenance since 2007, caused me health problems, interfered in my life in America, cost me over 200,000 Australians assets and belongings, condo in America, over 80,000 American dollars in savings, had me forced into hotels living during COVID while I was trying to get back over here, sold my condo, left everything behind, okay, come back here to sort you people out to say you've got it, like what you're doing is criminal, stop. What Housing Commission is doing is criminal, even stop. And then I now lose my permanent resident status. There's the list of damages you have caused in a space of 11 years and haven't stopped. You have got reckless endangerment to my health, pain and suffering on top of that. Stop talking about, oh, you're about working. No, this is a legal matter. It's a criminal legal matter and it's a compensation legal matter. This is a legal matter. Don't be discussing anything else with me except for the fact that this is a criminal legal matter since 2015 to date. That stretches over 2 countries. The simple fact is that, yep, how many times did I try and go back to let me pause it, I'll show you. Moore Design Centre, Safe College, Certificate for Design Events Illustration, where I received a credit for my past in design a wearable object. I've still got all the work here I can show, but I've already put it up there. Anyway, the modules that I did, so these are the subjects that I was doing, all the subjects I was doing in 2009 when I was studying. Now, up here you'll see this one, Computer Skills for Design. Okay. Now, was a 6 months course. So if you look at all the subjects that I was doing, okay, and I did really good, okay. Should have applied myself a bit better because I would have got good passes and credits for the entire lot if I did. Now, I tried to go back to that several times since 2015. It's a 6 months course. Even tried to do it last year, this year, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. I could have literally done that course in the last 11 years 22 times if you didn't break laws in my life and keep interfering. And that course would have tied together all of my design studies. You see, I have studied fine arts at TAFE College in 1996. I studied Design Fundamentals in 1997, Design Events Illustration Certificate 4 in 2009, and Interior Decoration Design in 2010. I did work where I designed sofas for Steve Hatch, Dimitri at Chili Pip from 2009 right into 2012. I wanted something to pull it all together to give me a bit. So this is what I've done, and here's what to pull it together. Anyway, so you stop that. So let's just put it all in. Let's just write down, okay, in point form, all the damage that is separate to the, for example, what Brett Aiken had caused. Okay, you got the defamation, discrimination, privacy laws broken, monitoring surveillance laws broken, prying laws broken, practically bugging laws broken, interference laws broken. Okay, you got peeping laws broken. It's a criminal offence. That's a jailable offence. Okay, if you are subpoenaed, which Rachel from Housing Commission has video footage of me. I want to talk to a solicitor now and have it subpoenaed where she has to legally. You can't. If you record somebody in their own home, it's a criminal offence. She disclosed to me today, Rachel from Strawberry Hills Housing Commission disclosed to me that she has footage of me in my own apartment. That's a criminal offence. But you in an open room, there was 4 of us there. We all heard you say you have it. You actually admitted to breaking the law. Now, you said to me in that room, and I'm sure Nina can confirm that. I'm sure so can Marco confirm that. Rachel, you said that you have footage of me in my own apartment. And then you refused to disclose how you got it. You don't get to refuse. That's a crime. Rachel from Housing Commission, come Monday, I'm going to go down to police and have formal criminal charges placed against you. Just give you a heads up. Okay? You can't do that. That can be subpoenaed as evidence and you will disclose where you got the recording from. Okay? Heads up, just because you work for a government organisation, Rachel from Housing Commission in Strawberry Hills, doesn't give you any right to be above the law and break it. Housing Commission. When all the documents come back from what I've requested for the Freedom of Information Act, I will be seeing your staff in court up on criminal charges. I'll be placing criminal charges on Housing Commission staff, which is exactly what's going to go ahead. So, you've got that. Rachel, you don't get a right to sit there and say, I can't disclose it. The law specifically states, Rachel, specifically states that it's a criminal offence to be recording someone in their own home. It's a crime. You sat there as a government worker. I'll be making sure I put in a complaint. Okay? You sat there as a government worker. You don't get to. I don't care who you think you know, sweetheart. You're like another Belinda Jeffries. I don't care who you think you are, who you think you know, who you think you work for. It's a criminal offence. You broke the law. Just because you work for the government, you don't have a right to actually sit there and break the law. I'm surprised with Marco's behaviour. Maybe you guys might want to brush up on the legal. So that is a criminal offence, and you will disclose where you got the information from, because holding that is a crime. There's that for starters. You guys might want to toe the line before you want to say, oh, that's another strike. No, there is no strikes. I'm suing your ass for the damage since 2016. If I was you, I would play along and be nice. You broke the law. I reacted. Okay? You can be charged, Rachel. I'll make sure of it. There's that. Now, I held a permanent resident status to the US since 2014. Still had well over 200,000 in the bank. Well over. Okay? Moved to, studies. Then you interfered in the return to work at Star Casino. Okay? Affected my health, quality of life, living home environment. From there, moving to America, lived in America as a permanent resident. Australian government organisations have no jurisdiction. I'm a permanent resident of America. You went over and you caused disruption because you had wrong information about me in the US. Costed me over 80,000 American that I had in savings, job, living environment in America where I was going to stay. I was never coming back to Australia. I was never coming back to Australia. You caused the trouble that forced me to come back to Australia, to come here and get it sorted out. Unfortunately, I'm here I am, instead of my dad waking up to himself saying, okay, come and stay here. What happened? Right? America's done. It's in the past now. It's over and done with, because I won't be going for immigration ever again. And I do not support open borders. I'm extremely anti-open borders. Extremely. I support the right way. Whatever's in front of you to actually go through the immigration process to a country. What do they have on offer? Like, I rang up the US consulate when they were in the MLC building and said, am I talking loud? I can't hear. My left ear's blocked. Sorry. Anyway, I hope it's coming through the camera. So I went in to the MLC building, and I rang them up and said, look, I want to apply for a green card. I want to apply for a permanent residence to America. What's the avenues? And there's more than one way. Now, that's how you move to a country. That's how I was looking into moving to a country. You do it the right way. You get your permanent residence status or your working visa, your study visa, and you do it this way. You do not do open borders. Oh my God, that's insane. Okay, so I won't be doing that again. So that's lost. So studies are lost. Return to work to Star Casino, loss of salary. Health, exacerbation of health conditions from 2007, like the health conditions of 2007 and 2010. You have the living home environment disruption and getting that destroyed, the loss there. We have, so not just that, on top of that, you've got the further health damages that was caused by 2017. Then you've also got this disrupting my life in America. Health damages caused from that. The money that's cost me, plus the loss of, the permanent resident status of America. So reckless endangerment to my health on top of that, plus pain and suffering. These is what we should be going down, ticking off, going legal team, legal team, legal team. This is what needs to be fought in court for damages. There is no, well, let's talk about work or returning to this. No. Let's talk about the legal matter that is from 2015 to date. That's both criminal and needs to be held as a compensable. End of story. So I hope both those posts make a sense. There's enough information out there. I've backed myself up, and let's wait to see what certain organizations should be doing to help, especially those that have been part of causing the damage. You might want to make it right. But I will say this, when it comes to housing, okay, and I know people that work for them, okay, not all, but a few, they've obviously never had any job except a checkout chick in their life, and got a government job because they've been in government housing or something. Okay, you work for the government, okay, you don't get to break the law, and there is such laws as privacy, which are broken mine, confidentiality, prying, okay, voyeurism, peeping. Well, there's criminal defamation, which you definitely did, okay. You are legally not allowed, so monitored surveillance. You can't record somebody in their own home. You legally cannot record somebody in their own home. It carries a 7-year jail sentence. So, Rachel from Strawberry Hills Housing Commission admitted to the fact that she has me recorded in my own home and wouldn't tell me where she got it from. I can't tell you that. Actually, legally, you have no choice but to tell me. You can tell a court. Legally, you don't have a choice but to tell where you got that criminal material from. You have to. You tried to use it against me. Well, that was a big mistake because I was already 10 steps ahead after the laws that you broke in 2016 and the laws that Housing Commission then broke in 2017 and the laws that Housing Commission broke in 2018. And when I came back to Australia, I didn't want anything to do with the Housing Commission. I'm like, okay, Dad's not helping. And I was like, fuck this, let's give him a chance. Already 10 steps ahead when I came back to Australia to actually take Housing Commission workers to court. You're on the list. I spoke to Attorney Adler at Hartford, Connecticut about people, groups and organisations and government workers from Australia. The person that I spoke about to, one of the people that was just in the generalising here, but it was Stephanie DeSalis. Stephanie DeSalis, and there was other groups of people that I spoke to with what was happening in America. And Attorney Adler in Hartford, Connecticut said he doesn't have jurisdiction to act for me from here to get a family member to do it from Australia. And I was like, yeah, my family aren't. I've asked them. Mum won't. I've asked. Okay? But this is the law, and that's the law you broke. And you chose to break those laws in my life. And it's your actions towards me that has reckless endangered my health and set off these injuries and health conditions that I have where they were maintained previously. And that's the thing. So, all right, leave it at that. As for trying to affiliate me with drugs, well, that was a huge mistake. That's just so dumb. I'm not Rackley. Like, honest to God, why do idiots keep thinking I'm the character of, like, Mark Rackley? Is that because New South Wales Police had it wrong, like, since 2008? Mark Rackley and Daniel Rackley? Yeah, Mark Rackley is a deadbeat nurse who worked at a Freemason nursing home called Moonby House. His son from his first marriage in South Australia, Daniel Rackley, who moved to Tamworth there in 1995, used to affiliate with the same deadbeats that Mark Rackley, his father, affiliated with. That's all those deadbeat ambulance drivers and first responders and nurses, all the drug-fucked losers of Tamworth. Daniel and Mark Rackley affiliated with. I mean, I lived there briefly after Mum moved there. It was a great experience, actually. But I would never affiliate with the people that Mark and Daniel Rackley do. They're disgusting. So, there, in this video post here, that right there tells you... Sorry, because I just realised, well, I should be adding this on there. That's one other step that should be getting ticked off as well. That part to do with the Rackley's. So I left that out of the whole list. Sorry, that's part of the list. Right there. New South Wales Police actually made a negligent mistake since 2008, kept tying me in with the Rackley's. That's caused it. So there we go. Okay, that's going to be added onto that list as well. So, like, why would you? That's just so insane. I've got health conditions. I can't help with the way I look because I've got, for example, not just the head injury, brain injury. Okay, I have really bad health conditions to do with high lactic levels. Okay, in my blood. High lactic levels in my blood, and I get pneumonia and infections easily. And that's going to make me look like a certain way that I'm not. I'm sorry, but you're making me feel really uncomfortable when you're twisting health conditions into something that's not. And then it makes me feel so uncomfortable. It's really, it's embarrassing. Like, why do you, it's almost like pointing someone's disability out to them. It should be dealt with by a disability organisation. It's almost really like constantly pointing out my disability and health conditions since 2015, but twisting it to be sinister and making it into something it's not, when it's a deliberate attack. It's a deliberate singling out. And you can't say, oh, that's paranoid. It's like, no, you actually are deliberately singling me out. And it's gone on for 11 years. And it's now causing reckless endangerment to my health. My medical team, as per the last post, you have a duty of care. You took an oath. Uphold that oath.